one. Oh. There's no turning back for the both of us. No point of denying the truth. Let go of the past and get stronger. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. 'Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in the fire between us. Believe in the fire between us. I know what you're facing, I know what you fear. But soon you'll be ready, your mind will be clear. There's no turning back for the both of us. No point of denying the truth. Let go of the past and get stronger. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. 'Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in the fire between us. The love in our hearts is causing these flames. The will in our minds will keep them forever. Just believe in the fire between us. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. 'Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. 'Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us.
We've had this conversation and you seem to agree with me. But when there's complications, you withdraw and leave me to be. When there's a problem, you become like a wall. And every time I trip, it's a free fall. Why don't you help me the way I help you? You don't have to save me, just be my parachute. When I'm feeling down, you're just not there, making sure I'm okay. Why don't you help me the way I help you? my parachute. Oh, why don't you help me? I've got sunshine, I've got you now. We're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. I know love now, and you're stuck in my mind. We're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. My friends don't like that I'm with somebody, that I'm with somebody. Oh no, oh no. I just want to stay in this melody, stay in this melody. Oh, oh. I've got sunshine, I've got you now. We're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. I know love now, and you're stuck in my mind. We're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. My friends don't like that I'm with somebody, that I'm with somebody. Oh no, oh no. I just want to stay in this melody, stay in this melody. Oh, oh.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Sean. I'll be your host. It's a beautiful night here in Nashville, Tennessee, and my cat showed up. Actually, I need to let my cat inside, so I'll have to do that in a minute. But yeah, welcome. Hope you're having a good night. I don't know if you could tell by the icon or the thumbnail of tonight's live stream, but we're going to talk about the Insta360 Go 4 a little bit. Looks like it's coming out on the 13th. So the fact that it's 4K, I might actually get this one. I definitely have some ideas for that, but I'm not sure. But we're going to talk about, I didn't get the Insta360 Go 3 just because I got the 1 and the 2 and I didn't do much with them. But being able to record 4K and stick that camera in different places, I think it'll be cool, especially like driving in the car, or like, I don't know. I've got all kinds of ideas for it. So yeah, a couple other things happened this week. There was a conference at Apple, and usually this is the developers conference, the Worldwide Developer Conference, the WWDC. But they announced, and with the developer conference, they usually talk about software. They don't really show off any hardware, but it's usually about the iOS system. But last year, Apple entered the world of VR with the Vision Pro, and so this WWDC was all about software. Had to do with the Apple Watch. There was some iPad stuff in there, but and the new iPhone iOS is pretty cool. But the thing that I was really excited about was the Blackmagic Cinema VR camera. That is kind of a partnership between Apple and Blackmagic, and so Blackmagic is entering the world of VR, and that's super exciting. I hope they come out with like the a version of what I really want is the Blackmagic 6K Pro upgraded a little bit to 8K, and then have a lens that goes on it just like the Canon cameras. But what they showed was like a ridiculous Ursa Mini camera that'll probably be like, I don't know. I'm thinking that camera is going to be at least $12,000, but I don't know. But if it's anywhere near that, there's no way I'm getting it. I got a mockingbird barking at my cat, so I'm going to go ahead and let my cat inside. Just give me a minute, y'all. Hey, Zoe. All right. Sorry for that feline interruption. So Apple made some really cool things. The partnership between Blackmagic and Apple, the Blackmagic cameras, or at least the Ursa Mini, is the only thing that we've heard of so far. But I'm hoping there's more of a consumer version. But the Blackmagic camera, the Ursa Mini, I don't know if it's Ursa Mini or just like a full-on Ursa, but it has it's going to record a B-RAW file, which is like a raw video file, strictly for VR. And so to give you guys, those that aren't in the know, a raw file basically records all the information possible. And then what it allows you to do in post is if you've had issues with, let's say, your screen looked good, but the video was really underexposed. In that case, you can go back to that raw file and you can up the exposure. I'm so distracted by these. I'm going to be attacked by a mockingbird tonight, y'all. I really am. There's two. There must be a nest over in that tree over there. But what a raw file lets you do is it'll let you go back and adjust the exposure, or fix the white balance. It has a lot of dynamic range. It's very similar to the log file that you guys have on your drones, but it has way much more. It has way more information on it. And so what these files that the Blackmagic version, which makes me kind of excited, is it's recording RAW on both lenses, and then DaVinci Resolve, probably the Fusion side of it, will be able to pull in these raw files, and you'll be able to color correct. You'll be able to probably eye match. A lot of these VR cameras, things that I've noticed is you'll have a camera on the left and a camera on the right, and the software won't eye match very good. So you've got to tweak the left eye and get the right eye right. And you don't notice it as much whenever you're looking through both eyes, because, you know, I think in reality, like, one of your eye might see things different than the other eye, but your brain puts all that together. But anyway, being able to do that with raw files, I think, is pretty awesome. And the fact that DaVinci Resolve is going to be able to edit and export immersive video. Now, I don't know that that's VR 180 video. It might just be for Apple, but it's a move in the right direction towards VR. So I'm super excited about that. But that's about all I want to talk about as far as VR goes, unless you guys want to go into it. The other news is CAF Camera sent me their consumer-based camera, and I received it maybe a week ago. It might be exactly a week ago. I've made several videos with it. I'm not happy with the results on any of the videos, so I don't want to show anybody, and I don't really want, like, if I got a bad camera, I don't want to, you know, make a bad review for them. So I might go through and just review the camera and show you what it's about, just so I can have a video that comes out, and then I'll put a link to the actual footage, and then you guys can just comment away. But I had all these tests in mind, doing some, I was going to put it on top of my car and do a stabilization test and do all those things, but I don't know that I want to do those videos until after the camera's actually been released and there's actually a firmware update and all that kind of stuff, because it's kind of unfair to put the camera to the test when it really just came off of the assembly line a week ago. So they said they tested the camera, and so I don't know what tests they did, but I'm getting some choppy video out of it, and then one eye is higher than the other eye, and so when you put it in the headset, like, I have 4 eyes. I've got eyes up here on my forehead when I'm looking through it, and then so anyway, hopefully they can tweak some things with a firmware update, or at least an app to render the video, because I can't see anybody getting a subscription to Mystica just so they can use a consumer camera. The video footage isn't that bad, but I don't know. I just think it needs to be updated a little bit. But I was super excited that someone sent me their product to test. I just didn't get a good one. So, but it's okay. I did get to play with a camera that I didn't have to buy, so that was pretty cool. So let's go through here and do roll call. I'm going to do roll call from YouTube this evening, just to see what's going on. Just a reminder to like this video, this live stream. I'm trying to get the algorithm to work out in my favor, and so if all you guys like this video, it'd really, really help. So JC Flying is in the house. What's up, JC? Hope you're having a good night. Eat More Possum is in the house. Steven Drones is in the house. He had 2 flights last week. Very nice. Sorry, y'all. My sinuses are crazy, which is a great reason to be sitting outside all for a couple hours. Foxy. Joe America's in the house. What's up, Captain Joe? Hope you're having a good night. I saw you sent me a video. We'll be watching that tonight. Charles Gillespie's in the house. What's up, Charles? Hope you're having a good night. It's always good to see you. Gary's in the house. Brent Ariels. So Gary, since you're lurking, I got some messages from you this week on Facebook Messenger, and I think someone stole your identity because you said, "Hey, how's it going?" And I said, "I'm great, Gary. How are you?" And then you said, "Fine, thanks. I saw your name on some list," and I was like, I know Gary knows that I know him, and he knows me. So whoever's sending me this message is not Gary. And so then I looked at it, and his username was like Stevie Vines or something at gmail.com. And I was like, well, that doesn't match Gary. So I think I might have gotten a message from someone posing to be you, because it had your first name and your last name. And yeah, so I don't know what to do about that, but I ended up blocking that person. So if I blocked you, Gary, I'm sorry, but it looks really, really fishy. Because they didn't have, it was a new member on Facebook, and they didn't have any history of anything. And I think I even invited them to Club Foxhorn. So I'm going to have to uninvite them. But had your picture with your black pirate hat. I don't know what you called that. I can't remember. It was some kind of like fisherman hat or something. So it looks like they took your picture, took your name, and then asked everybody to be friends. That was on your page or whatever, because the friends list was all people from the droning community. So that's why I thought it was kind of legit, but then I started looking into it. It wasn't really. All right, so Charles in the house. CT Pirates in the house. What's up? Lambo's in the house. And I think that's it. That's everybody that said something in the chat. My live stream says there's 0 people in here. So I don't know if that's a thing or not. It might just be a bad connection, but I see y'all are still chatting, so everything looks good. So what time is it? 6:54. So in 6 minutes, we're going to talk about the subject at hand, which is the Insta360 Go 4. This is the only time that I get to talk about these things before they come out, and then as soon as they come out, then Potato Jet and all the people that have the camera already are going to do their videos. Insta360 has gotten a lot of flack lately about asking content creators not to say that they were sent the camera for free, and to make it look like it's a natural review of like someone actually buying it. And so that has caused a lot of negative politics on YouTube. And I don't like to get into any of that. I just want you guys to know that I will always be honest. I'm not going to be the person that researches everything down to the pixel. Like I'm also the kind of person that doesn't like to be negative, and I don't like to focus on negative things. So if there's a camera like this VR camera that has got some issues, I've already told you guys what the issues are. I still think it's going to be an awesome camera. I do. Once they get those little bugs worked out, the quality of the video is pretty good. The size of the camera is really nice. I probably would have done a couple things different, but I didn't make it. So, but anyway, I don't know why I just said that. Mark White's in the house. What's up, Mark? Hope you're having a good night. I think I've said hi to everybody. All right, 12 watching, 4 likes. Sweet. So that's a 30, y'all. That's good. I'm trying to think what else I want to say. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that has happened this week that is different. I'm back in the office. So I've been kind of focused on this VR camera that doesn't work very well. So I haven't made any other videos, but I'm probably going to take the Avata 2 in the office tomorrow, and I'm just going to fly around the office park. Maybe we'll see. I went over to the office buildings across the street, and I can't really. I've done videos there before with the Paradanafi, but it's hard to tell you which ones. But I also reviewed the Jedi camera in that office park, and but they've redone all the parks, so there's a lot of nice tables with like plugs, so I can plug things in. So if I'm doing a camera that has to be plugged in or something like that, I can do a review over there. So I'm pretty excited about that, and that's literally across the super busy street from my office building. But they're doing something over to one of those buildings, and so there's this huge crane right in the middle. So I don't feel comfortable flying around at lunchtime, but I might be flying through that crane at some point. And there's a parking garage kind of close to it, so I might just drive up to the top of that parking garage and hide out, and then fly over through the crane, and maybe not do any low shots, but do some high shots. So yeah, I've said hi to everybody in here. So let's look at the go, y'all. And so Insta360 likes to hide. Oh nope, I don't want to stop the video. They like to put Easter eggs whenever they're talking about a new camera. So I mean, I can about guarantee you what camera this is just by going through the video, and I'll show you guys. All right, so we're going to go here. I'm not going to share the audio because I know there's audio on there. So yeah, so we're going to put me here. So June 13th so this is on Insta360's webpage, June 13th at 9 a.m. Eastern, 4K has never been this small. So it's going to be here in 1 day and 12, almost 13 hours. And so the icon it looks like an on switch, right? And it also looks like an Insta360 Go. So when I saw that icon, I was like, man, that's the Insta360 Go. I know it is. And then I thought, well, doesn't it already have 4K on it? So we're going to go over the specs of the 3 and see what it does. There's some things that happened during the 3 that I hope are still going to happen. One of those being the fact that they did away with the case, the little remote tripod case thing, and they turned it into like a GoPro shaped case. So I really liked what they did there, and I also like the magnetic mounts that they've kind of taken from the DJI Go's. So I really like all of that implementation, and I hope it utilizes the same system as the Ace Pros is what I'm hoping. So I think it'll be really, really cool to be able to have the Ace Pro functionality, also be able to snap on the Go 4 and, get different perspectives, but, utilize the same mounting system. Because I believe they came out with the Go 3, and then right after that, they came out with the Ace cameras, and the Ace cameras had a different mounting system than the Go's did. And so anyway, I'm hoping they just end up with the same system on both, because I've put that system on my X4, so it'd be nice to have the whole Insta360 ecosystem to be on the same mounting, so I can get an 8K video, then an 8K 360 video, and then be able to snap on the go. So anyway, and it'd be cool to put those little mounts different places in my car and just snap the camera up there. So, or my backpack, just snap the camera right on my backpack, stuff like that. So 4K on, it also is in the form of a switch. So I don't know if they'll put a switch on it. But I think that would be really cool if there was a if it was the Go camera, but it also had buttons on it, I think, or switches. I think that would be cool. So we're going to go through and we're going to watch this video real quick. So I'm going to make this full screen. So as you guys can see from this video, it is a very tiny camera. They've got it on an arrow. They've got it going through cupcakes. They've got it in a coffee grinder, small enough to fit on a dog, under a skateboard. 4K has never been this small. So that is the video. Whoa. So let's go through here, and I'm going to change the settings. It's 1080, and playback speed to 0.25. We're going to make this full screen, and we're going to play it a lot slower so we can talk about it, because I just tried to talk about it to y'all and it went way too fast. So let's get it. So it's a switch. I think that switch is very important. So they've got it in a coffee cup or a coffee grinder right here. So small enough to fit in a coffee grinder. Sand hole, you can put any camera on there. It can fit on the end of a spoon. This is probably on a hat, like the bill of a hat or something like that, or the head strap. It's waterproof. Can fit on an arrow. You can get first-person views with it, which I think is pretty awesome. Right here, it's on a selfie stick going through things. And this might be a hint to the AI functionality of the editing as well, because they've been doing a lot of AI stuff lately. But yeah, all these videos are kind of first-person view videos. Kind of look like a chest camera. There's that grinder again. Yeah, first-person view. It's on one wheel. He's got it on a selfie stick. She's got it on an umbrella, a little gay umbrella. And then he's got it on a selfie stick. It's on the back of a dog. It's inside a bag of chips. So it's on a rocket, which is awesome. Under a skateboard. You can see that rolling shutter action, but still pretty stable. And yeah, 4K's never been that small. So what do you guys think of that? All right. So I wanted to, first of all, see what you thought about that video. The video is kind of like, I feel like we've seen that same video 3 times already, so it's a little underwhelming. But yeah, what do you guys think? I think being able to put a 4K camera in spaces like that is pretty cool. Whew. Time for some coffee. I just yawned. I'm also hoping it comes out in a black version. That was my other thing that I loved about the Go 3 is there was a black version. Because you can't really hide a white camera unless it's like on a wedding dress or something. But I love being able to like take that black camera and like put it in a shadow or something. And if I'm pointing the camera towards that direction, you can't even see that camera. That's what I really want to do with it. I want to like hide it in, the trees or something like that. So, all right. So we're going to go over the specs of the Insta360 Go 3, and then utilize and use those to kind of predict what the specs of the 4 are going to be. So I want to go through here and I want to show you right here. She's wearing a black shirt. I mean, I know they're using, these are like stock photos that they're taking. So, they want to show off the camera, but I will tell you right here, if I was wearing a black shirt like she is, I would want a black camera on me. Right there, he's wearing a hat and he's got a black camera. This black guy has black hair, and it would be better if he had a black camera up there, and then it would kind of hide it wouldn't stick out as much as it does. But anyway, I love all of the different mounts that it has. So this thing's only 35 grams. So something that the Insta360 Go cameras, I think have a really good place is like on FPV drones. They're tiny. Caddx made the Peanut, which was basically an Insta360 Go 2, I think. So there's definitely a space for this little camera. I just know the times that I've bought it, bought the Goes, I utilized them a little bit, but didn't use them a lot. Oh, what's up, Chuck? Chuck showed up. Hope you're having a good night, Chuck. We are talking about the Insta360 Go 4. It's going to be announced on June 13th. So we're just kind of going over the Insta360 Go 3 and trying to predict what's going to happen with that. So the Insta360 Go 3 is only 35 grams. So if you've got a small FPV drone that you're looking for a camera to go on, this is a great camera to go on your small quad because it's very light. This one actually shoots 4K. And I've seen a lot of people that can record like through the through the DJI FPV system. If you're recording forward, they'll point the Goes backwards and then you can get like the back shot. So a lot of potential with it. Truly hands-on camera. So with the Go 3, go completely hands-free. Simply set it and forget it. Forget about it for easy ultra-wide POV shots in 2.7K. So the big thing with this announcement is 4K. So That's awesome. All right. So with this being 4K, basically it just shoots better video. But hopefully the form factor will still be this small. I know with the 3 was bigger than the 2, so there might be only so much they can do with the tiny size. It's got flow state stabilization, which is pretty awesome for such a tiny camera. Perfectly level horizons. So what's cool about this camera is it shoots a ball, just like all the other 360 cameras, and then it utilizes that ball. If they can get 4K out of that ball, then they're probably shooting in like 5.7K. So if I can get a 5.7K sphere, maybe we can get 2 of these and turn it into a tiny little VR camera. I don't know. But it's got horizon leveling. You can mount it anywhere. And there's a little video. I don't know if we can zoom in. We can't. But they've got it on the guitar, backboard, on a shovel. There's on an oar. I think another great idea for this would be on a fishing net as you're getting fish out of the water. So Chuck's got some interesting comments. Let me see what he's saying. So compact cameras are a vlogger's best friend, but low light is their kryptonite. Yes. Yeah, so this, oh crap. No. Yeah, so yeah, low light, anytime you've got a tiny camera, low light is bad. But yeah, walking around, hiding this, like I said, hiding this camera in little things, or even like what I use my Go for, it's magnetic, so you can pretty much put it anywhere that's metal. So like if you're walking around a playground, or you walk by a street sign, you can put your camera on the street sign, then go back and take like 4 steps back, and then do your walk again, and then come back and grab your camera, and then just do that over and over again. And you got all these like walking shots downtown. You've got a lot of C-roll that I think is pretty awesome. With this being 4K, I think it'll really, really make for some really cool shots. Yeah, Chuck, you mentioned that it's so stealth. I really hope they come out with a black version of this one as well. So, easy to shoot, quick capture. So voice control 2.0 is on the 3. I'm sorry. So quick capture, you just push the button and it starts recording. Voice control, you can be hands-free. It's got a magnet pendant. We've seen these before with all the other Goes and the Osmo. Sorry, I'm going to check my screen real quick. All right, I just looked really red. And it has a lens guard. So the 3 had a lens guard, which is pretty awesome. So the thing that they introduced with the Go 3 is they introduced the Go Pod, or sorry, the Action Pod. And basically it did the same thing that the DJI Osmo Action 2 did, where the small camera by itself had some capabilities, and then when you paired it with the second item, then you got like a front-facing screen, and you got more battery. So with the Action Pod, you were able to have a lot more battery life, and it also charges. So the camera only can the The Go 3 shot for 45 minutes without a charge. So, or without a new charge. So 45 minutes is pretty good. But the Go 3 plus the Action Pod can shoot 170 minutes. So that's over double, which is pretty awesome. It also had a flip-up screen with the Action Pod. So with the Goes in the past, you'd have to use your cell phone as the screen to figure out what things look like. You were able to use the case was also a remote, which was pretty cool. But yeah. So perfect shots wherever you mount it, remote control, and live preview. So the case is the remote. And the other cool thing about this was, since the camera was removed from the screen, you could put the camera on you and then you could turn the screen around, or you could put the camera over there and you could still monitor what's coming out of the camera that's 15 feet away, getting a wide shot or something like that. So I think that's pretty cool. You've got all the settings just like you would on the X4 or the Ace cameras. Love the mounting system. So this was the first mounting system that came out with magnets on its 360. And so I think what was really cool about it was that you could mount the Action Pod and the Go 3 using the same mount. So maybe that's why, just because of the shape and the size, is why it didn't match the Ace Pro. And I feel like the Ace Pro mounting magnets are really super strong. So anyway, Rugged Action Pod is IPX4 splash proof. So you cannot submerge the Action Pod on the 3. But so splash proof versus waterproof. So you can take the Go underwater 16 feet. So that's pretty awesome. Upgraded audio, record audio with the 2 built-in mics on the Go 3 captures vlog-ready audio from all around you, crisp, clear, and immersive. So there's 2 mics on that tiny little camera, which is pretty amazing. And then it's got all of the same capabilities a lot of the other 360 cameras from Insta360 have. They've got time shift, slow motion, pure shot HDR, and time lapse. All of those things on this tiny little camera. This pure shot HDR is beautiful. The original Go compared to the Go 4, I think is going to be crazy. And then it's got all these AI capabilities where it picks and finds the best shot. It edits the video for you. The other really cool thing about the Go's ability to record a sphere is that you can pull a 9x16, a 1x1, or a 16x9 out of the video. So depending on what social media outlet you're posting to, and if you're getting 4K, if it's a 4K crop, then you're recording something bigger. So Chuck asked is the magnetic mount the same, compatible with DJI Actions? No. Insta360 has their own magnetic mount, but it's very similar. You can also use it as a webcam. So right here, I'm out here with you guys. Now this laptop has a camera that's good enough for giving you guys HD video of my loveliness. But you can also use it as a webcam. This Talk Studio allows me to have multiple cameras. So what I could do is I could essentially sit out here on my patio, point the Go down at my product, and I could do a 2-cam shot where you've got this small camera of, me talking or whatever, and then the big part of the live stream could be from the Go camera. So that's kind of cool. And then here's some accessories. There's a dive case for the action pod and deep filters. There's a fetch stick, which is cool. So yeah. So Chuck, you're a little late. So I wanted to show you. This is what I was talking about on the stealthy part. So the Go 3, I don't think the original came out in black, but eventually it came out with a black version. So yeah. Nacho Rolling is in the house. What's up, Nacho? Hope you're having a good night. Are you saying you need a nap, or are you saying I need a nap? Because I probably need a nap. My sinuses are crazy right now, especially sitting outside. And so I don't think I'm getting enough oxygen to my brain. But we're already almost an hour into this, so I think we could pull through. So yeah. So now I want to go through the specs, and I want to give you my predictions, which isn't going to take much. So if we go to the specs of the Go 3, a lot, in my opinion, most of these are going to stay the same. The numbers that are really going to change are, now it's 4K. So usually what camera companies do is whatever they offered last year, if they've bumped up the resolution, the frame rates are kind of stay the same. They're just going to move over. So I'll show you where the resolutions are. So on the video resolution, last time, the Go 3 had 2.7K at 24, 25, and 30 frames per second. So those were the highest frame rates that you could get on shooting the 2.7K resolution. So if we just replace the resolution of 2.7K with 4K, what we get is a 4K camera that shoots 24, 25, and 30 frames per second. And then we're going to replace 1440 with 2.7K. So we'll have a 2.7K camera that can record at 24, 25, 30, and 50 frames per second. And then so on and so on. So that's usually how things happen. So I'm going to turn off that window. I'm going to make some changes around here. I really need a third monitor. But I wanted to move the chat over so I could show you guys what you guys are saying. So Chuck had a good point. So Chuck said that having the two colors is super handy. They have a mic to go with black, mic 2, so Lori can be fashionable. So whether you're wearing black or you're wearing white, it really helps to be able to put those mics on different outfits. So that's a good idea. I've also seen where wedding videographers, they'll tape up the mic, they'll cover it in like lace or something like that, and so they can put it on the bride without making her look all weird with a big black microphone on her. So I've definitely seen that done. So with like a wedding scenario, you've got a black camera and a white camera. So that might be kind of cool. It might be like a wedding videographer's dream to put a camera on the bride, as she's walking down the aisle or getting the kiss, or, all the little things that you try to get from the side. It might be kind of cool. Or I think like getting the video of them like smashing cake in each other's faces and stuff like that. There's so many implications to have a tiny little camera that you can hide. That's not like, why does that guy have a big camera on him? You know? The other thing is like when I was walking around Universal Studios, like people kind of looked at me some. Sorry, a little gassy. But I was walking around with the Insta360 X4 and I got some really cool video. But when I go back and watch the video, I can see all the people that are looking at me weird. So that's interesting. So Nacho asked, does the Go still have time limits? So I don't know that it does. But I'm not sure. I really don't think so. Okay. Oh, that's charging time. So runtime. So the runtime for the Go 3. Oh, no, that's just battery. Yeah, so runtime is 45 minutes. So I'm pretty sure it can just record for 45 minutes. I don't know if it overheats or not. I feel like they made the case bigger and more breathable, but it's still waterproof. So I'm not totally sure on that, Nacho. Jim's Droning's in the house. What's up, Jim? Hope you're having a good night. So Nacho asked if it used to only shoot 30-second clips. So I believe it originally only shot 5-second clips. It might have been 30 seconds, but I feel like they made so many upgrades to it within like the first 6 months. But maybe you're right. Maybe it was 30 seconds and then they finally upgraded it to 5 minutes. But in FPV mode, they called it FPV mode, and but you had to fly it on a drone. Like you had to hit record and then start flying, and then let the wind from the FPV flight keep the camera cool, or else it would overheat. Jim said the Mic 2 is great. Yeah, so yeah, if you had a white camera and a white Go, they would all be camouflaged. And then if you had a black camera and a black mic for the groom, they would all be camouflaged. So that'd be pretty cool. Oh, that's a great idea. The flower girl walking down the aisle would be cool. Or on the bouquet as they threw the bouquet would be cool. Yeah, and so Jim brought up a cool point about being wireless. So you could actually, with the Action Pod, you can you have a monitor of what that camera is seeing. So you could essentially have someone sitting on the front row of the wedding, and then hit record, like continue to hit record at the right spots, pull clips, change settings. Like you can do all those things remotely from the front seat or the sound booth or something like that. I had a camera that could do that years ago, and it was the Sony Action camera, or Action Cam, maybe that's what it's called. And but it was only 1080. My version of it was. They came out with a 4K version, but the 4K was like very fishbowl. But the 1080 version that I had a wrist monitor, and you could record from it. But you had to be pretty close to the camera to actually get signal. But when that came out, I was like, man, this is the future. And then that was about the only time that happened. Yeah. So Chuck said that you'll have a lot of footage to hunt through later for continuous shooting. I think something that you could do if you recorded 45 minutes, most weddings are like, I don't know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And so I've done multicam wedding shoots before, and the easiest thing to do is just to sync up all your clips. So if you do like the 3 claps at the beginning and then you record the whole ceremony, even using like 5 cameras, you can put those into Final Cut, or I think DaVinci can do it too, but you can sync it all up to those claps. And then I can just tell it to go from shot to shot to shot. So Bob Casey's in the house. What's up, Bob? Hope you're having a good night. My eyes are getting blurry, y'all. I need to go to bed. That's what I need to do. So we're going to go for another half hour, and then I'm going to go to bed. This not being able to breathe thing is really frustrating. So John said the go-to is 10 minutes. So go 1 was 5 minutes eventually. Then go 2 was 10 minutes. It looks like the go 3 is 45 minutes. So that's pretty awesome. So Nacho said that the original Go was too gimmicky. This one might be worth buying. I remember Nacho told me about the Go before it came out a little bit. I love the Go, but especially when I could fly with it, because I've always wanted a tiny little camera. I really wish they would make a 360 camera that small, but the fact that they made the Go 4 in 4K, I feel like you could put 2 of them together at this point and still be a pretty small 360 camera, but we'll see what happens. So Jim said that he just did some photogrammetry with the Mini 4 and made a 3D model of the water tower, which I will be printing in 3D. That's awesome. So Jim, what software do you use with the Mini 4 to do the photogrammetry? I would love to do that. I know you were able to do it with DroneLink a little bit, but what is the technology that you use to get the photo? That's hard to say. Photogrammetry. I don't know how to say it. But what software do you use to do that? Lance Sedona or Cadena? I'm just gonna call you Lance. Lance is in the house. What's up, man? Hope you're having a good night. I feel like I got that down a while back, but then I haven't said your name for a couple of months, and I forgot it. So Lance says he loves the Insta360 and loves the Sphere on the Air 2S. I agree. I'm waiting for another Air to come out. I would love to put one on my Mini 3 Classic. I would love to put one on my Mini 3 Classic that has the 1-inch edition lenses on it, and then I wouldn't need anything else ever. That's what I want. So Chuck said that DaVinci has audio sync by waveform. Nice. So by waveform, the claps would be the 3 spikes in the waveform, and then that's what it would utilize. I've done it in the past where I've done the 3 claps in front of all the cameras. And so some cameras I can sync by waveform. And then if there's other cameras that don't record audio, I match the when my fingers hit. So Jim uses Kyrie engine. What is that? Let's look that up. The world's most powerful 3D scanner app for the iPhone, Android, and web browsers. Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm going to have to figure that out. That looks exciting. So from what I just saw on that website, it looks like you what am I doing? So it looks like you record from all angles, and then it takes those different pictures and figures out where everything is, or do you actually get to use the sonar from your camera, like from your drone? Because I've seen where people do like topography, and the drone is actually getting the distance from the ground. But from that, it looked like you could take your cell phone, which also has a LiDAR camera in it. So does it use LiDAR? So, okay, maybe he's already telling me and I'm just not paying attention. So I took 158 images. So you just took images of the water tower and then uploaded those into the Kyrie engine, and then the Kyrie engine made your 3D model, and now you took that 3D model and turned it into an STL file and you're printing it. That's awesome. Cadena. Lance Cadena. Okay. So this is how you say it, Cadena. Cadena. Got it. All right, so Jim's going to do a video. So when he does a video, we're going to show it on the channel, and we're all going to learn how to make 3D models. We've got a water tower by my house that I fly around all the time, but it's in a bunch of trees. Like it's not by itself, but we've got plenty of water towers around Smyrna, so I'm kind of excited about that. $49 per year. Is there a trial? I could look that up. But if it does a good job, that's not bad. It might be kind of neat to like do my house. Wonder if I might not be able to get a good shot of the side of it, but I could get my house from 3 sides pretty easy. So Chuck said, DaVinci can dial in my good audio on the face cam with other dash cam while driving, so snapping back and forth in real time using just one good audio track once edited. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Final Cut. So I always do my multicam shots. I just kind of put the layers on top of each other, and I break them both in the same spot, or trim them both, not trim them. I cut them or slice them or break them, and then I make one visible, the one on top visible or not. That's how I do it. But Final Cut Pro actually, like once you set them all up, you can edit you can edit live while you're viewing it. So you can just hit play, and you can say, camera 1, camera 3, camera 2, camera 3, and you can bounce back and forth. So if I was editing like a podcast interview or something like that, I think that would work out really, really well. Okay, so Jim said you overlap photos. So just like if you were doing a 360 image from scratch, like a pano, you would want to overlap. So what I do when I'm taking a panorama is like right here, if you're looking at me, I would take this whole picture and then I would move it so that my face is on the edge. So you basically have like take an image and then you move over to half of that image and overlap again. So you've got half of an overlap on all the pictures. So Bob just popped in, say hello. Hope you have a good night, man. Okay. Cadena. I'll try not to forget that, but I'm close to 50, so I'll probably forget it. So Jim, you have a bamboo, right? Do you have a bamboo lab? All right. I don't know if I'm behind. What is it? 7:41. I'm 1 minute behind y'all. That's pretty good for me. Charles Gillespie said, oh, he's just saying hi to Jim. Okay. So what Jim's suggesting is I could do pictures of the house. Like I could walk through the side yard with my phone and then I could get all the other pictures from the sky. Interesting. Do you have to upload them in order so it knows like what image goes to the next image, or does you just let it figure it out? So Jim said, I will love curry. I don't even know how to say that. Curie. Kyrie lazing on the road that I must travel. That's what I want to do. All right. Chuck said I'm doing good. Good. I appreciate it, Chuck. All right. Yep. Chuck got my Mr. reference. It's one of the best song in the 80s, I think. As far as harmonies go, that ending was just epic. So, and I think their name is amazing, Mr. It's just clever to me. It's kind of like Tony. They had to take it one Tony further. All right. So everybody's asking me to show videos because they're tired of me talking. So I'm going to switch over to the club first. I am sunsetting the club. It is going to go away. But I don't remember when I purchased the subscription, and I'm hoping that I don't miss whenever the subscription automatically renews itself. I need to just turn that off tonight. And I might not have to pay for it at this point. Like I might just be able to just leave it running but because it says you pay for support and I've never used their support. But we're going to look at the club first and check this out, and then we will go to Club Foxhorn. So I just want to get a couple of these real quick. I saw Gary posted in here. Joe sent me the one that he wanted me to see. And I wanted to show this one from Steve. And then we're going to go over to the other one. So this is the Uline warehouse build from Steven Drones. He posted it 3 days ago. It might be choppy, y'all. Sorry, I'm going to start that over. Here we go. This might not work out on the patio, y'all. I don't know if this is going to work out, y'all. I'm going to try this one more time. No, it's not going to work. Sorry, y'all. So it looks like when I think I need to buy another Google Wi-Fi hub and put it out here on the back porch, and then I think everything will be good. But I don't think that I can do a live stream in HD and show videos at the same time on my patio. So I might be able to show photos. I saw that Brent posted some photos. And maybe those are on Club Foxhorn. Oh, dang. Oh, a lot of stuff on there. I wanted to show these photos by Brent. Are you guys still there? Nobody's chatted for 3 minutes. Says we're still going, but I don't know. But I thought this picture was really cool from Brent. And then I really like this version of it because you can see like all the detail in like the tracks and the dirt and stuff like that. Steve asked if I'm on dial-up. No, I'm not on dial-up. I'm just out on the patio. Oh, Fox Horny. Yeah, I was like, I don't think I said anything rude. Okay, sweet. That's funny. Well, we're going downhill, y'all. We're going downhill fast. So I'm going to close that, and I'm just going to show myself so that we can have connection for the rest of the show. So, Steve, just so you know, I'm not on dial-up, but in order for my computer to send my face, like the video file from my camera, and then also the video file that I'm showing on the screen, I'm pretty sure that takes twice as much bandwidth upload. So In this scenario, it's just sending up one video. If I was using OBS or something on my computer, then my computer video card would be working harder than the upload, because everything would be processed on my computer using my hard drive, using my processor, and then just one little video feed would go up. But since this is a cloud-based service, everything is done in the cloud. So I was uploading my video from my screen and the video from my camera. But what's beautiful about it, like when Chuck came on, or Nacho or Brent, or like I'd have other guests on the show, their computer would upload their video feed, my computer would upload my video feed, and then on the cloud everything would work out. So that's how that's the beauty of Talk Studio or Streamlabs. But my computer is trying to play a video and upload, like it's downloading the video to play it and then uploading it and then also uploading my webcam. So it's a little crazy. So Nacho, I gotta catch Nacho up here for a minute. So Nacho asked if the Jeep is gone. So I'm driving a Nissan Rogue now. I bought it, I want to say February, or I bought it at the end of February, and then I took the whole month of March to build a bed platform in the back of it. And then when I drove to Florida for the South Florida drone meetup, I spent one night in the hotel there, maybe 2 nights. I think I spent 2 nights in the hotel in Florida, and which was like, ended up being around $300. I think it was $150 a night. And then the drive down and the drive back, I stayed in Dothan, Alabama at a campsite, and that was $40 a night. So, but I sold, oh, you see my crossbars? Yep, those were the Jeep crossbars. Yep. So funny story. I bought the Nissan Rogue because my son turned 16, and I gave him the Jeep Renegade. And signed the title over to him on his birthday, which was a Tuesday. And then on that Friday, he totaled it. Nobody was hurt. He literally just he pulled out from a stop sign and didn't see the car coming from one direction and kind of T-boned him. And but the front bumper was destroyed. The radiator went into the timing belt and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so we took, when they total a car out, you could go get whatever you want to off of it. So I took the rack off. I took the crossbars off. I took, there was like a jack in the back. I did a whole bunch of stuff. Took a whole bunch of stuff, stuff that I had added to it. And then so we got about $7,000 from the insurance company, and we used that to go get Gavin another car. And so we got him a Nissan Rogue too. He's got a 2017 Nissan Rogue. And it already had crossbars on it, so we took the rack and put it on there. And then I was looking for a new rack for my Nissan Rogue, and I found the exact same rack on Facebook for $150. And so I went and bought that rack, and now both of our Nissan Rogues have racks on top of them, little baskets. So it's kind of cool. So yeah, now we got a bunch of Nissan Rogues, which is the reason I was I wasn't looking for a Nissan Rogue. The reason I got the Nissan, I was actually looking at the Subarus. Like you got Nacho. I was looking at the Crosstrek, and I was looking at the was the Outlander? Is that what it's called? And I really wanted one. But we don't have many of those here in Nashville. But they literally build Nissans like 4 miles that way. So the Nissan Rogues are built in Smyrna, and I know a couple people that actually helped build my Nissan, which is kind of neat. But so the way I bought my car, which was awesome, is the best buying experience I've ever had buying a car. I had a budget, I had a certain down payment, and I had a certain credit score, pretty decent credit score for that month. So I did the pre-approval thing on CarMax's website. What I love about CarMax is if they don't have a car at your dealership, there's 4 CarMaxes in the Nashville area, and then there's some in Georgia, there's some in Virginia, like there's some that are like 200 miles away that you could pay $100 to ship a car from that CarMax to your CarMax. Outback, yeah, sorry, not Outlander. But I keep like wanting to say Overland, but so I got pre-approved, and then it says shop with your budget. There's a shop with your budget on there, and I was like, that is a really brilliant way to sell a car to someone, because there's always, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but I've gone into dealerships, spent an hour or two test driving and finding the car that I want, only to realize that my credit's not good enough for it, or my payment is going to be insanely high because of something, or or my insurance is going to go up or something like that. So with the way that I did it, it was like I got pre-approved. It showed me only the cars that I was pre-approved for that I could afford. Out of those, I picked one I liked. The one that I found was, since we're in Nissan country, all the employees have a family and friend lease program. Okay. And we actually did it one year because my wife's father works at Nissan. And so I had a Nissan Juke for a couple years. And we just leased it through their program. Is really cheap way to lease the car. When you lease a car, you can only drive it so many miles. And so they leased my Nissan Rogue. So one owner had my Nissan Rogue for a year, and then they had to turn it back in. And so they turned it in at like 16,000 miles. And so it was about 17,000 miles when I got it. So it was only driven for 1 year by someone else, and it's got low mileage on it. So pretty excited with it. So Brent said, got his taco at CarMax in 2006, had it for nearly 20 years, 256 miles. Now I got F-150 at CarMax, hoping it lasts. That's awesome. Yeah. So, and so since I didn't want to deal with mechanics or anything like that, I got the CarMax has a warranty for the first 100,000 miles. So I just bought that. And if anything goes wrong with it, the first 100,000 miles, I can just drive it in and they'll fix it for free. So, so yeah, and I'm paying like an extra, I think $80 a month for that. But by the time right before I gave the Jeep to Gavin, I probably put maybe $5,000 in it the last year, because there was some transmission issues and there was a lot of electrical issues that happened. So with that warranty, I'm kind of happy with that. So yeah, dude, your Subaru looks awesome. I've been looking at putting so I got the rack on top, and I went actually a couple weeks ago. I went back and watched one of your videos because I had remembered your I don't know if they're fog lights or spotlights, but you had them rigged up to like a coiled up cord, and so you could pull and on magnets, and you could pull them out and mount them in different places. And on the basket on top of my Nissan Rogue, I'm wanting to put some lights up there. And I really liked your. I went back and watched your video where I think you had used your winch, and then you went back to pull the cord back, like pull the cable back out of your winch, and then roll it up neatly. And so I went back to watch that video a couple weeks ago. So Brett said that he got the drone resistant tires for his F-150. Yeah, no more driving over your drones, Brett. Fool you once. If that fools you twice, then you got a problem, buddy. So yeah, Nacho, I'm planning on going to the minefield. I'm planning on camping out in my car. But I think that's all I have for tonight. I've got a bunch of mockingbirds that don't sound pretty. Mockingbirds are supposed to sound pretty. They're just barking right now. So I'm about to call it a night. Okay, so I'll show that real quick. Ooh, don't search that. Why is... All right, so in the chat, Nacho is the website to register. It's August 24th and 25th, and it is in Brownsville, Tennessee. Yeah, so my cat wouldn't hurt a fly, but so me and my cat come out here and have coffee every morning. The cat doesn't drink coffee, but I drink coffee in the morning, and my cat usually like eats some grass and then throws up a hairball, and then we go inside. but lately, and this this cover right here, I just got a new gazebo topper, and it's been off for a couple weeks, ever since those tornadoes came through, and so they've been like perching. There's 8 bars, there's a pyramid made out of 8 bars, and just all these, and I've got a bunch of patio lights strung up, so they have all these places to perch. So they've just been perching and then pooping on my table, and so yeah. But in the morning, they just kind of stand on top of the gazebo and bark at my cat. So Ugh. Ooh, Nacho might make it. That would be awesome, Nacho. What it is it's a huge, this huge sculpture that this guy makes out of. He's got some water towers. He's got an entire drive-in movie theater screen. He's got like, I think he's got like boats and stuff. He's got all these, anything metal that he can find. He either buys it or they donate it to him, and then he just welds it all together in this big structure. And so Ken Heron has an event there every year. This is the 5th one, so maybe it's been 5 years. And they just fly around, they spend the whole day flying around and stuff like that. So I've never been. I'm thinking about just driving over there on my own sometime before. Bob, maybe you and I could meet over there or something. I don't know if Bob's still in here, but or Berkeley, or I said Berkeley or Barkley. Sorry. But yeah, because I do kind of want to check it out before the chaos. It was really nice being at South Florida Drone Meet this year because I knew what last year was like. And so, and I might even make a, do some missions around it or something. But I'm going to call it a night. As you can see, I am only lit by the screen from my laptop. So, oh, good. Oh, I need to register as well. But yeah, y'all have a good night. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. I know you're all subscribed to my channel. That's dumb. But yeah, y'all have a good night, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Yeah, I do, Nacho. I look like I'm on a green screen because my background is lit differently than my foreground. And my eye, look at it's the minefield screen. So if I change this, now we're good. But the minefield website is white, so I have like this big white box in front of me. So, all right, y'all. Have a good night, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out.